Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 401. I'm here with my man Tim. He's a big kettlebell guy, and you know we're always working out. It's great when you meet people from different avenues because they enlighten you about different subjects of fitness. Today what we're talking about is kettlebell stuff, and specifically swing, right? Now, you were telling me some things about the kettlebell. I always ask, what's the thing that you see most commonly, most common fault?
Sure.
And one of the things that we were talking about was that hyperextension, especially in the CrossFit world. We love to hyperextend in all of our stuff, and that does a couple things. But a lot of times when people hyperextend, they're coming off their heels, right, like that, and they kind of do like one of these type of things rather than stand straight up. So we're becoming less efficient and also possibly hyperextending, hurting our back, right?
Certainly.
So let's talk about what you were saying to me. You run through that neutral position with me,
yeah,
and then our little thing that
okay.
you know.
Great. As Tim said, one of the most common faults that we see, especially with the American swing, is the hyperextension of the thoracic spine, because most people don't have the shoulder mobility to take the kettlebell overhead. So what we're going to work on today is we're going to first establish that finished position, what that should feel like, and then we're going to give a little cue that you can do on yourself or with a buddy to make sure that you don't go into that same fault. So we're going to get Tim, typical stance here. Good. So to find that neutral, that hard finish position, we're going to have him put both hands out front. And if you're doing this alone, you can use a stick or any kind of a bar. And the point is going to be to try to drive this into the ground. So he's going to drive my hands towards the ground. Good.
Now when I'm driving down, the whole purpose is to engage the core, but in a neutral spine position,
yes,
right?
Certainly.
All right, so
good. That's your finished position. Okay, so we're going to take this, and this is what we're going to call the neutral position for the spine. So Tim's going to take the bell now.
My question is right there. The reason why I drove down there is because I naturally find the neutral position of my spine just by driving down, right? My body puts myself in that same position, right?
Right.
I'm never going to drive over like that or anything like that.
You're going to find the most efficient position
for you.
Right.
So the purpose of what we just did there was to find our most efficient position, our neutral spine. Okay, so once we establish that, let me just review that.
Good.
I hold that there.
Your buddy is going to come back here with the fingers, and we're going to keep these fingers right here. Tim's going to go down and do a couple swings. And if he does it wrong, if he tends to hyperextend here at the upper back, he's going to feel my fingers every time. So the point is to not feel the fingers. So he's going to do a couple swings, and it's going to be awkward at first because this is probably this is a movement pattern that you probably drilled incorrectly many, many times. So he's going to have to engage that anterior core so he doesn't hyperextend. Perfect. Now Tim's doing pretty much a Russian hardstyle swing here. If we see him do some American swings, that pattern will probably be even more pronounced.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just coming up onto my toes.
Right.
But it's better than coming back in that position like that, right? So the way that we're going to replicate this, because not everybody has friends. I happen to have a lot of friends. Yeah. Not everybody has friends. How will we then? You said take a stick, right?
Yeah, sure. If you're alone, you could do this whole thing by yourself. So we take a stick, or you don't even need a stick. If you eventually just pretend like you're trying to drive this into the ground, so you're really rooting through your feet to do this. You're gonna feel tension all the way from the bottom of your feet.
How far would I come back from the bar right here then?
To get started?
Yeah, to get started from right here.
Well, you can do this to activate and then just sort of tiptoe back to the bar.
So find my neutral spine position. I'm going to tiptoe back to the bar. Now I'm going to start my regular Russian kettlebell swings.
Obviously, we're going to take it easy for the first couple. Fingers are a little bit more giving.
That's exactly what I feel like I would do, right?
Fingers are a little bit more giving than the bar is, so be careful with this.
So from right here, could I like regress, or not regress, but bring it back just a little bit? Like if I'm a person that just comes back like that, just kind of to minimize it, right?
Absolutely. You don't want to slam into it.
So from right here, that was all right. That one was okay. Yeah, so that gives me my feedback, and if I come back and I'm a hyperextender, I'm already.
You're going to pay the price.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, good note, squat racks work really, really well. Walls don't. First time we tried this, bash that kettlebell into the wall, don't do it like that. We got a squat rack. Here's the thing. We're finding neutral spine position, all right? We're trying not to hyperextend. The way that we're going to be able to do that is by first finding spinal neutral, rooting through our feet. If we have a buddy, do that. If not, we can do it ourselves, either with a stick or a wall right here. Find my neutral spine, come back.
Yeah,
right?
or if you're using the squat rack for the other portion of it, just get right out in front here, drive that into the ground. It's going to centrate. everything naturally, you're going to find the most efficient position to create that total body tension.
How much would you practice this? Throw this in with your regular kettlebell swing?
Until you do it right. Yeah, I would do this as a warm-up.
All right, cool.
As a warm-up, make sure you're doing it right before you go under too much load.
Awesome. Light kettlebells?
Love them. And for the record, we would not...
I said light kettlebells.
Oh, I thought you said I like kettlebell. For the record, this is not a real kettlebell. We would not use this in our...
Oh my gosh! You're not allowed to use anything that's covered.
No, nothing that's covered or colored like that.
I got you.
I don't think Pavel would approve. Hey,
Tim, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Guys,
it.
until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.